When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. They still don't get it, do they? It's been nearly 10 years, and these pearl-clutching, sanctimonious losers still haven't realized this isn't how you deal with Donald Trump. He's baiting you, dummies. President Trump just dropped one of the funniest AI shit posts of all time. And what is the best thing to do when Donald Trump is being Donald Trump if you're on the opposition? Well, it's probably time to zip it up, shut up, pretend like it never happened. But no, instead they hit us with these sanctimonious, cringe, politically correct outrage campaigns and of course, lobbing accusations of racism. And in their attempt to make Donald Trump look bad, they end up looking like asses themselves. Yes, we know. Donald Trump posts some interesting stuff online. The idea is if this is groundbreaking information, shocking to anyone at this point, or as if it's gonna move the needle at all. No, we already know it doesn't. And so nothing changes for Trump, but then you come out looking like a complete, fake outrage, disingenuous douchebag. And well, that's exactly what happened this time as Jeffries gets baited. Of course, he ends up making a complete ass of himself. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on, and we'll have a larger conversation relating to the government shutdown fight that's currently going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the AI post in question. Take a look.
Look guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bull. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. If we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
So first off, obviously Donald Trump didn't create this, he just reposted it. It's also very clearly and obviously comedy. It's quite hilarious and it also rings true, I'd argue. But most importantly, it's a joke. It's comedy and the president's reposting it. That's pretty much it. We all repost things that we find funny. It really shouldn't go anywhere beyond that. But Jeffries, he takes it to a whole other level.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
Say it to my face, you evil racist. What a complete loser. And you'll also notice in his response, instead of actually addressing the claim, no, he decides to cry racism. How dare you put a sombrero and mustache on my face? That's racist. Oh man, talk about cringe, fake, insignificant outrage. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Donald Trump is literally Hitler for reposting a stupid funny video. He must be a deep racist because of a fake mustache and sombrero. Do you really think that's gonna move anyone? No, of course not. But when you come out looking like a complete clown, making ridiculous accusations, and then trying to pretend to be a fake tough guy with this whole say it to my face nonsense as if Donald Trump is scared of you, Hakeem. I mean, come on. What a monumental dumbass. But again, using these labels and racism instead of addressing the actual accusation of the clip. It's comedy, but there's also context to the comedy. And I think Hakeem purposely doesn't want to address that part because, well, it's kind of true. Democrats are trying to undo the Medicaid cuts that specifically targeted illegals and scammers abusing the system. Now they're all over the place claiming this is untrue. The Constitution states that it is illegal to use federal tax dollars to give services to illegal migrants, which sure sounds nice on paper, but it really isn't that simple, now is it? No, it's more Democrat dishonesty. Here's the reality. Federal taxpayers cover the majority of Medicaid costs for citizens and legal residents. And so you've got billions of dollars going to blue states like California and New York. And as we know, money is fungible, right? Well, when you got that big influx of Medicaid cash coming in, it gives you the opportunity to reallocate, free up some of your state dollars to, ding, 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 cover illegals. So on paper, they'll say, no, it's state funded. But in reality, it's only possible to state fund illegal migrant healthcare because federal subsidies are shouldering the burden of the cost. Again, money is fungible. You can't pretend that federal dollars aren't indirectly enabling these programs. They absolutely are. And it doesn't even stop there. You've got emergency Medicaid reimbursements and hospital subsidies that cover uncompensated care, which of course includes undocumented immigrants. So yes, federal tax dollars are absolutely footing the bill, whether Democrats want to admit it or not. They have openly stated policies that grant healthcare coverage to illegal migrants. It's a shell game to hide the truth. And the craziest part is that now Democrats are using this issue to hold the entire government and the American people hostage over it, while they're the minority in government. They got completely blown out last election, they have no mandate, and yet they feel so entitled that they're now threatening a government shutdown to force their little slush fund for illegals. J.D. Vance said it best.
We have disagreements about healthcare policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. You don't say the fact that you disagree about a particular tax provision is an excuse for shutting down the people's government and all the essential services that come along with it. If you look at what Chuck Schumer has said in the past consistently, it's whatever our disagreements are, let's negotiate with them. Let's talk about them. Let's figure out a bipartisan solution, but you don't shut the government down. In other words, you don't put a gun to the American people's head and say, unless you do exactly what Senate and House Democrats want you to do, we're going to shut down your government. That's exactly what they're proposing out there. Now, we have to remember, they're very frustrated. They say that they're very frustrated about the fact that this negotiation has not taken place until today. But if you look at the original thing they did with this negotiation, it was a $1.5 trillion spending package, basically saying to the American people, we want to give massive amounts of money, hundreds of billions of dollars to illegal aliens for their health care, while Americans are struggling to pay their health care bills. That was their initial foray into this negotiation. We thought it was absurd. We told them it was absurd, and now they come in here saying that if you don't give us everything that we want, we're going to shut down the government. We think that's preposterous. We think it's totally unacceptable, and we think the American people are going to suffer because these guys won't do the right thing. Now, I want to make one final point here. You will hear a lot from Senate Democrats, from House Democrats about the fact that American health care policy is broken. Well, we know that American health care policy is broken. We've been trying to fix it for the 8 months that we've been in office, but every single thing that they accused about being broken about American health care is policy that Democrats have supported for the past decade.
He's exactly right. I mean, the Dems are getting absolutely hammered on this. Hakeem Jeffries actually showed up on CNBC yesterday morning, and well, it's almost as if he met J.D. Vance himself.
We don't want to shut the government down. That's not our approach. But Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. If the government shuts down, it's their decision to do it.
But this is a continuing resolution, and it's going to happen. All these things that you want to do, there's no way any of them are going to be negotiated by the time this happens. And if you shut down the government, you last time, Democrats point out, you lose FEMA, you lose troop pay, you lose all these different things that are so important to Democrats when they're on the other side of this. If you're not going to get all these other things settled, you need to do the CR to get the government funded and then return to this and do it in the normal course of business for Congress.
And clearly he couldn't defend the stance. You can't justify it. And so this right here is where we're at. Democrats crying racism over memes, throwing tantrums on live TV, and now threatening to shut down the government unless illegal immigrants get free health care. It's pathetic. It's indefensible. It's indefensible, even if the Democrats were in power. But what's crazy is that they lost, Republicans are in the driver's seat, and yet they still feel entitled to push this angle. And by the way, all while real Americans are drowning under medical debt and a broken system that needs serious rethinking and reform. You know, you'd think that would be the priority, right? Making healthcare more attainable and more affordable for American citizens, but no, the Democrats in a minority position are fighting to subsidize healthcare for illegals, non-American citizens, and not just people on visas. No, literal criminals, people who defied American border laws and sovereignty. You can hit us with your moral outrage all you want, but if anything, that AI shitpost roasting you guys into oblivion, it's exactly what you deserve. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.